Hey guys, now in this video let's discuss Docker Compose demo for UI app plus backend app plus SQL. So imagine we have a simple web app, that is this web app, it contains UI app plus backend app, and this backend app fetches the data from SQL. Now this simple web app, it is load employees, and again we will load these employees from SQL database. Now in this video we will cover two parts. So part 1, in this our UI app, it will run in container, our backend app, it will also run in container, but this backend app, it will connect to Azure SQL database. So here you see the SQL database is not hosted in a container, and normally this is what we follow in production or test environments. Then in part 2 of this video, all three, that is UI app, backend app and our SQL database, they all three will run in a container, and generally this is the scenario for local environment, that is for our local laptop. And obviously we will be using Docker Compose file. That means in both these scenarios, that is this scenario, that is part 1, and this scenario, that is part 2, in both these scenarios we will run our web app with a single command. And now let's go to the Visual Studio and let's have a look at our code. Now guys, the first thing, I will share this code as well as all the database queries on the GitHub. Okay. Now here if you see, this is our solution, that is Docker full stack demo. And in this solution, as you can guess, I have created two projects. So the first one is this one, that is Docker full stack demo.api. So it is our backend app, that is it contains APIs. And here if I open this employees controller, now see this, we have this get employees method, and here we connect to the backend SQL database. We fetch ID, name, department from employee table, and we simply return this employees data. So simple straightforward code. And then in this solution we have another project, that is our UI app. So here in this UI app, simply we have this index.html file, and here if you see line number 129, we simply fetch the employees data from our backend application and we simply display it on UI. So simple straightforward application. Now one more thing, I have added this Docker file in both backend app as well as UI app, and how to add it you already know it. So you can simply right click on this project, add Docker support. Okay. Now I have added this docker compose.yaml file. See this, and I have added this docker compose.yaml at the solution level. See this. So it is at the solution level. And see guys, as of now, just ignore this commented code and let's just focus on this highlighted code. So basically through this YAML file we are creating two containers, that is backend API and UI app. Now here I have provided Docker file as docker full stack demo.api slash docker file. See guys, this YAML file is it is at the solution level, right? And our Docker file for this backend app, it is inside this project, that is docker full stack demo.api. So we have provided the relative path. So docker full stack demo.api slash docker file, and the container name, it will be backend API. And here you see we are mapping it on this port number 5600. That means this backend application on our local machine, it will run on port 5600. Similarly, we have provided the details for this UI app as well, and this UI app locally it will run on port number 5800. So again guys, this code it will be shared on the GitHub. But guys, now observe here. In this backend app, under environment, I have provided this SQL connection string, and you see it is my Azure SQL database. So that means we are not running the SQL in a container. Rather, we are simply connecting to Azure SQL database, that is PaaS service. And generally, this is what we follow in production or test environments. Now, if I show you this Azure SQL database, so this is the DB server. Let's open SQL databases. Let's open employee DB, query editor. Let's connect. And here, if I say select star from employees, you see we have three records. That's John, David, and Sarah. And obviously, now our goal is to run this complete web app, that is this backend app plus UI app using Docker Compose, right? So let's open PowerShell. Let's maximize, clear screen. Now let's go to the folder where we have our solution. So right click solution, open folder, and again see here in this solution we have two projects, that is backend app and UI app, right? So let's copy this path. Let's go to this path, clear screen. Now first let's check the running containers. So I will say docker ps, and you see there is no container running as of now. So guys, just ignore these two containers with colon dev. So these containers, they are internally created by Visual Studio. So we can simply ignore those. So as of now, no container is running, right? Now, when we run our application using this Docker Compose file, now two containers should get created. That is this backend API and this UI app, right? So we are already at the path where we have this solution. So here, if I say ls, so yes, we can see this docker compose.yaml file, and now let's run our application. So I will say docker compose up hyphen hyphen build. So it will start our backend and UI container. And as you know, the backend app, it connects to Azure SQL database. So let's say enter. So it looks like it's working. And now let's open a new window of PowerShell. Clear screen. And now here if I say docker ps, and see this, we have two containers, that is this backend API and this UI app. And if you see this backend app, locally it is running on port 5600, and this UI app locally it's running on port 5800. Plus this backend app, it connects to this Azure SQL database connection string. And how to get this connection string? So again, we are in our Azure SQL database, and here simply search for connection strings, and simply you can copy this connection string. So again, backend app running on 5600, UI app running on 5800. Now if I go to the code of UI app, it calls the backend app at 5600, and exactly at 5600 our backend API is running. So now if we run this UI app, that is localhost 5800, so again here our UI app is running. So let's say enter, and yes, at least UI app got loaded. And now if I say load employees, it should call the backend API which is running on port number 5600, and the backend app, it fetches the data from Azure SQL database. So here I will say load employees, and yes, we have these three records, and if you cross check, these are the exact three records in this Azure SQL database. Great. So we have seen the demo of this part 1, and now let's see the demo of part 2. So basically the change is this SQL database as well, it will be running in a container. So again we are back in Visual Studio, and now I'll go to this docker compose.yaml and I will simply uncomment this code. So don't worry guys, I will explain this code. And let's go down, and here we have to uncomment this volume as well. And obviously now the connection string is not the Azure SQL connection string, but it will be the connection string of the SQL database which is running in container, right? So as of now, let's just delete this connection string. Now, so here we are starting a container which is based on this image, that is this SQL Server image 2022 latest. So basically this image, it will get downloaded locally, that is on our local laptop. Now this SQL Server, it will be the name of this container, right? And the username, it will be SA, and the password, it will be strong password @123. Now guys, this is important thing. See this port mapping. So of course internally, that is inside the container, this is SQL DB, it is running on port 1433, but locally we have mapped it to 1434. That means on my local machine, if I connect to SQL on port 1434, indirectly it will connect to the container, to the SQL database which is running inside the container. And why we have these volumes? See guys, if we delete this SQL container and if we recreate it, the previous data, that is the previous data from this database, it will get lost. So somehow we have to persist this data. So that means any number of times if this SQL Server container gets deleted and recreated, every time it will not start from blank. So every time when you create a new container, it will fetch the data from this volume, that is employee SQL, and this is internally managed by Docker. So don't worry, you can give, you can give a different name as well. So again, this volume is for persistent storage. So that means once, let's say we have fed employee data in this container, that is in this SQL container, let's say we delete that container, and if we create a fresh new container, that previously added employee data, it will still be there because we have mapped the volume to it. So this volume, it acts as the permanent storage. Now, what will be the connection string here? So now from our backend app, now we want to connect to the SQL server which is running inside this container, right? So the connection string, it will be this one guys, and don't worry, I will explain this. So see, server is equal to SQL server. So it is the container name. See this at line number 5. So that means we are trying to connect to the container, and this container is hosting our SQL server, right? And we are trying to connect over port 1433. See guys, internally this container still accepts the request, that is still accepts the SQL request on port number 1433, right? Then database is employee DB, pass user ID is SA, and password is strong password @123. And see this here, exactly that password we have provided, and then rest of the things, these are same. So now let's save it. So now overall, when we run this docker compose file, right, it will create 3 containers. So first this SQL container, then this backend API app, and then this UI app. Now guys, before we run this, let's go to the PowerShell. And here if I say docker ps again, now see this backend API container and this UI app container, they are already running because we just completed this part 1 where this UI app container and backend app container, they have started running. So obviously the first step, we have to stop these containers, right? So here I will say docker compose down. Now see guys, it's not working because we are in this folder, that is Herschel Jain folder, but our docker compose file is at the solution level. You remember? So first we have to go to this path. So let's copy this. I will say cd, go to this path. I will say clear screen. And now if I say docker compose down, so that means the already running backend app container and UI app container which we started as a part of part 1 of this demo, those should shut down. So let's say enter. Now if I say docker ps again, ignore this existing these two because these are internally managed by the Visual Studio, right? And now let's run docker compose again. And now as you can guess, now three new containers will be created, that is SQL Server, Backend App and UI App. So I will say docker compose up hyphen hyphen build. So it looks like it's working. So it looks like it's working. And now let's open a new window of PowerShell. Let's maximize, clear screen. Let's again go to that solution path. So I'll say cd. And now I'll say docker ps. So let's find out the running containers. And yes, now we can see total 5 containers. And these 3 containers, they got started running because of our docker compose command. But the important thing, see this. Now in addition, we have this SQL Server container also running. And now we can connect to this SQL Server which is running inside this container. And how we can connect? See this. Locally is been mapped over port number 1434. So if I say localhost 1434, that means it should get connected to the SQL running inside this container. And let's try that. So here I will say file connect and see this localhost and then 1434. So 1434 again, that is the port on our local environment, that is on local laptop. So with this we should get connected to the SQL server running inside the container. So username is sa and the password, this one, that is strong password @123. So let's say connect. And yes, now we are connected to the SQL which is running inside this container. And here I will say new query and I will simply run this employee database, then employee table. But just for a change, I have added these 4 records because in our Azure SQL database we had 3 records, so that we can confirm the data is actually fetched from this container and not from Azure SQL database. So here if I say select star from employees, yes, we can see the 4 records, right? And now see again, our UI app is running on 5800, our backend app is running at 5600. So let's run our UI app. So this is the older data which was fetched from Azure SQL database, but obviously now it should fetch it from SQL which is running inside the container. So here I will say refresh and now I will say load employees. And yes, we can see the 4 records. So that's it guys for this video, and that is how we can use Docker Compose for end-to-end application which connects to the backend SQL database.